Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. I'm your host, Taylor Gonzalez, and today I am joined by a very special guest. I have the writer and director of the upcoming film. It's a crime thriller. It is The Last Stop in Yuma County. I have Francis Galluppi here with me today. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you and very exciting to talk with you about your upcoming film, which will be in theaters and also available on digital on May 10th. I enjoyed the film so much. It was very exciting and I was hooked. I was on the edge of my seat the whole
Cool.
film.
Thank you, man. I'm glad
Uh,
I had you got some anxiety during it. That's awesome.
yeah, it was very tense, but in the
Yeah,
best way possible.
cool. Great.
So, as I mentioned, you're not only the director, but you're also the writer of the film.
Uh-huh.
And I was wondering what made you choose Yuma County specifically to set your film in?
So I wrote the script based on a location. So I kind of was doing that with my short films where we'd had no money, so I was writing scripts based on locations that we had free access to. Like just, I had a friend that had a cabin up in Oregon. I had a friend that had a desert house out by the Salton Sea. So I kind of just took that same approach when it came to writing the feature. I was scouting around the LA area and looking for something old because I just kind of gravitate towards period pieces all the time. And I found Four Aces, which is a film set, a very overused film set. Now that you've seen that, you'll probably recognize it in commercials and TV shows and stuff. But at the time, I didn't really know, and so I just was like, "Yeah, this feels like a good place to make a movie." And I took a bunch of pictures. I drew an overhead of the diner and then started writing the script specifically to this location. So, yeah.
Very cool. I was also wondering what was the scene that changed the most from what you wrote in the script to what the final product was on screen?
That's a very good question. That's the first time I've gotten that, and I have an answer for you. It is the scene with, um, I'm trying not to spoil stuff, but where the couple come at the end, towards the end. You know what I'm talking
Mm.
about? So that changed a lot. I just couldn't get it right. And I remember even leading up to that day of shooting, it didn't feel right. So I came home on the weekend and I rewrote that entire scene over the weekend. And I think we shot it on a Monday and I handed new sides to the actors and I was like, I changed everything. And, and I was very, very prepared um, with the shot list. We drew overheads of everything. We, photo boarded and previs. So I had to redo that as well over the weekend. So I kind of just you know, put my head down and rewrote the scene and reconfigured all the blocking and the shots and all that. So that scene changed a lot. I mean, I think at one point it took place, it takes place outside of the diner. At one point the whole thing took place inside. Um, uh, I'm happy with the scene now, but it went through a lot of iterations. So yeah.
So, as you mentioned, this movie primarily takes place in one location. I know it also cuts to outside and also the sheriff's station a couple times, but it's mainly a single location film, which I love single location films. I
Yeah.
think that they're so creative and especially when you're confined to just one spot, it also builds the anxiety. And I was just wondering, what is a benefit of having a single location film?
Um, I mean, there's no company moves, so that helps a lot, you know. You get very, very comfortable in that space. And you don't you have there's not like yeah, there's no company moves. So you're not having to dress a million locations. You're kind of just like you just hunker down and you make the movie in one spot. You get a little stir crazy doing it, right? I think by like day 18, I was like, all right, I want to get the fuck out of here. But it was great because even the sheriff station stuff was actually at that same location.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so that was um so it's a motel, diner and gas station. So the sheriff station was in the motel area. Yeah. So we had to really I think you can see one of the like honey wagons out the window or something like that. Then I'm like, yeah, no one will. That's fine. But yeah, it was we were very packed in this place. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'll have to watch
Yeah.
it again and keep an eye out for that. Because yeah, I,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's so cool. That's a cool, neat little detail.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I have to ask, what was it like directing the iconic Barbara Crampton?
Oh, yeah, she's just the sweetest. I mean, she's so professional and like, yeah, it was crazy. I remember being in the edit with Barbara, and there's a moment I was like, oh, I want to use this take, and I want to cut in this moment, but she scratches her head, and I was like, ah, shit, she scratched her head. And then I looked at every single take, and she scratched her head in the same at the same exact moment every single time. Like she is so professional and like just yeah, she was amazing.
Oh,
Great.
I love her,
And
and I
yeah,
love seeing her pop up in this.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
this film takes place in a diner, and I was wondering what your go-to order at a diner is.
Hmm. Oh God, I mean, I eat a lot of cheeseburgers. Um, but if it's breakfast, I love going to diners for breakfast. So like, but usually it's just like coffee, bacon, eggs, toast. Very simple. Really simple breakfast. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
And then it was recently announced that you will be directing a new Evil Dead film.
Hmm.
First of all, congratulations. I love the Evil Dead franchise. It's
Thank
one of my
you.
favorite franchises. I was
Mine as
just
well.
wondering, oh, I cannot wait to see what you do. I was just
Yeah.
wondering how that opportunity came about.
Yeah, the guys saw the last stop in Yuma County, and it kind of, you know, we started talking. But yeah, trust me, I mean the whole thing is crazy to me, but I'm very, very excited. Like I said, it's legitimately the movie that made me want to make movies. It was the movie that inspired me to like go out to the middle of nowhere with my friends and make a horror film. Like that was, if it weren't for the Evil Dead, I probably wouldn't have done that. So yeah, it's nothing short of a dream come true for sure.
Oh, congratulations again. That is
Thank you.
so exciting. I'm so excited for you, and
Wow,
I
thank
can't
you.
wait to see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Will there be a cheese grater in your film?
No comment.
All right, all right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There'll be some fun stuff in it. Yeah,
Very
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Well, Francis, it was very nice to meet you and to speak with you about your film, which, as I mentioned, is going to be in select theaters and on digital on May 10th. Francis, where would be a good place for people to follow you and keep up with your upcoming films and your upcoming projects?
Instagram. I try and be better at Instagram. So it's just at my handles at Francis Galluppi. And I'm trying to be better at Twitter. So you could follow me on Twitter, and I promise I mean, all I really do on Twitter is just repost other people's stuff. I don't think I've ever actually written a tweet, but or it's not even called Twitter, right? It's called X or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I'll be better.
All
Give
right,
me a follow.
sounds
I'll be
good.
better.
Well, it was very nice to meet you, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yeah, it was great meeting you. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations again on the film.
Oh, thanks so much, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, have a good
Bye.
day. See ya.